In the 17th century, a small island in Indonesia produced a spice more valuable than gold. Men crossed oceans for it. Empires fought for it. And one company was willing to kill for it. Nutmeg, cloves, pepper, tiny aromatic seeds and dried buds that could purchase estates, build fleets, and topple crowns. From these humble fragments of bark and seed would rise the most powerful corporation the world had ever seen. And from these same fragments would come its eventual ruin. In 1602, the Dutch Republic did something no nation had done before. It fused 6 rival trading companies into a single entity, granted it a 21-year monopoly over trade with Asia, and gave it powers that until then had belonged only to kings. The Volca could wage war. It could negotiate calm treaties. It could build forts, mint coins, and found colonies. It was, in every way that mattered, a state wearing the mask of a business. And, from its harbor in Amsterdam, the empire of commerce set sail. From its headquarters in Batavia, on the island of Java, the company stretched a net of commerce and violence across the Indian Ocean. Fleets of armed merchantmen sailed east, loaded with silver and bullion, and returned heavy with pepper, silk, porcelain, and spices worth 10, 20, sometimes 100 times their cost in Europe. Behind the silken ledger of profit lay the cold arithmetic of monopoly. Accountants in candlelit rooms recorded every coin, every life, every transaction. The machine ran on ink as much as on blood. Nowhere was that arithmetic colder than in the Banda Islands. To secure the world's only source of nutmeg, the company expelled, enslaved, or killed most of the native population. Villages were burned. Leaders were executed. The empty land was repopulated with imported slaves and Dutch planters. The spice flowed. The price was paid in blood. And the receipts were filed away in Amsterdam as quietly as any other entry in the ledger. But power without limit corrupts without pause. The same monopoly that built the Vogue began to strangle it. Officials skimmed fortunes for themselves. Smugglers slipped through the patrols. The company waged costly wars it could no longer win. Against the English, against native rulers, against its own debt. Ships rotted at the docks. Fortunes vanished into private pockets. By the end of the 18th century, the company that had once lent money to nations was itself drowning in debt, kept alive only by the credit of the state it had once rivaled. In 1799, the Volk was formally dissolved. Its debts were assumed by the Dutch state. Its territories became a colonial empire. Its legacy became the modern world. The joint stock company, the shareholder, the multinational corporation. The notion that a business could be too big to fail and too powerful to be held to account. We still live inside the house the Volk built. We have only changed the names on the doors, and we have not yet learned the lesson written in its ledgers. That profit without conscience is not power. It is only a slower kind of ruin.